everyone, how are you? It's Leah Costa with the Mortgage Center. I wanted to make some quick notes about how property is very important in the qualifying process. And if you've been pre-approved for $300,000, $500,000, $1 million, don't be surprised if when you actually go to solidify the deal and get a mortgage on a home of your dreams, if it gets declined. Don't take it personally. It probably has nothing to do with you. It's actually because of the actual property. Now, I've done in other videos the 5 things that banks look at on your application when they're processing it, and definitely go take a look at that video, especially first-time home buyers. It's very important to know. But I want to really accentuate the last thing on my 5-handed points of what banks are looking for, and that is property. People tend to take for granted, I guess, the fact that everybody gets a mortgage at some point, and it's a very common thing. But you need to remember, these are hundreds of thousands of dollars that are not yours, and they're not being given to you just on good faith. They're being given to you based on very systematic equations, government mandates, as well as the collateral that you are getting the mortgage on. So, when you're looking at a property, just because you think, oh, you know what, I'm going to tear it down or I'm going to renovate it in a few years, it doesn't matter. The banks want to make sure that that property is, for one, worth what you're paying for it at. 2, has long-term value. I just had a client who wanted to buy a home. It got appraised mandatorily by the bank. And we found out it only had a market value of, or an economic life of only 25 years. That means that client can't get a 35-year amortization on it because it's only worth 25 years. So that is very significant to your decision on whether you want to purchase, as well as whether a bank is even going to finance the property in general. Previous grow-ups are a huge concern for banks, and in fact, there's really only about 2 of them out there that will even consider looking at a previous drug lab of a home to finance. So because of that, you need to, for one, realize, don't take for granted that you're using hundreds of thousands of dollars of someone else's money that you have to pay back. And for 2, it's not being given to you on good faith that you'll pay it back. It's being given to you based on the collateral of the property. So the property has to be up to par. There has to be something called a PCDS, a Property Condition Disclosure Statement, if you're doing a real estate agent transaction that's given to the banks that tells them about, is there any structural damage, was it previously a drug lab, was there any floods, is there any concerns. They may insist on having an appraiser come out, they may want an inspection. These are within the bank's rights to ask because it's their home until you fully pay for it. So I just really wanted to enforce that this is a major transaction, that the banks do care about the property, and so should you. And anytime if you get declined based on the property, don't take it personally. Just pick yourself up and go on and find the next home of your dreams. There's lots of them out there, so don't put your heart into anything until you actually see the approval from the banks. So hopefully that helps. If you have any questions about a property that you're looking at, or if you're wanting to buy a previous grow-up and you can't get it financed, give me a call. I can at the very least give you some options on getting it financed. So Leah Costa with the Mortgage Center. Hopefully I will be talking to you soon.